The story opens with a mysterious and heavy vibe as a guy talks on his phone, sounding like he is ending a relationship. It is an intro that tells us this will not be a typical sunshine and rainbows romance. We shift back to meet Do Sejong at Keenum Library. She is not your average student, she is hunting for books about cruise travel because her biggest dream is to live alone on the ocean, away from everyone. While browsing, Sejong witnesses a random girl ask a top-tier handsome guy for his number. To her annoyance, he hands it over instantly. Sejong immediately flags him as a high-level player who is way too easy. Sejong is not impressed by his perfect visuals at all. To her, a guy who hands out his contact info like a flyer is just someone playing a game she wants no part of. She just wants to be left alone with her books. Her life goal is simple: become a rich bum and travel the world on a private cruise. She has zero interest in dating because everyone's intentions seem so shallow and predictable to her. As a student at Seaside University, Sejong is a self-proclaimed loner. She finds more comfort playing games under her blanket than talking to real people. She is basically a legend for avoiding social events. She is the ultimate intro cat, a girl who prefers the solitary life of a cat. She is not shy about rejecting her department's drinking parties, valuing her peaceful sanctuary above everything else. But fate has other plans when her only close friend, Yu Hyori, begs her to take her spot at a group blind date. Sejong feels guilty and finally agrees, not knowing she is walking straight into a trap. Arriving at a noisy pacha, Sejong feels like an alien. While everyone else is acting out a role to impress each other, she is just waiting for the last bus so she can run back to her safe zone. She tries to act natural by talking about chores and library walks, but it comes off stiff. She basically looks like a robot whose social programming is missing a few critical updates. Everything changes when the final guest arrives late. Sejong nearly short-circuits when she recognizes him. It is the same handsome player from the bookstore earlier that day. His arrival turns the table upside down. Sejong watches him with pure skepticism, remembering his easygoing attitude with strangers. To her, he is the definition of a social butterfly she needs to avoid. The guy is a professional, instantly charming the opposite sex. Sejong finds his natural charisma even more suspicious than the cringy flirtation lines used by the other guys at the table. While one guy tries to flirt by complimenting the scent of shampoo, Sejong just rolls her eyes. She sees right through these see-through tactics and just wants to disappear. The drinking games begin and Sejong's luck is at zero. She keeps getting picked until her head starts to spin. The alcohol is finally making her robot brain a little bit more talkative. She tries to use an ice cream run as an excuse to escape the party, but the newcomer is too smart. He brings the ice cream back himself, effectively blocking her only escape route. He uses a classic, cheesy move by touching her neck with his cold hand to wake her up. Sejong is not amused, thinking he is just playing out a scene from a low-budget romance novel. When the guys head out for a smoke, Sejong sees her golden chance. She sneaks out the back, hoping to vanish into the night and never look back at this chaotic date. She bumps right into him. It turns out he hates cigarettes and was basically waiting for the perfect moment to catch her running away. Talk about terrible timing for our intro cat. He starts teasing her for being surprisingly chatty when she is tipsy. Sejong is beyond embarrassed, realizing this guy has been paying way more attention to her than she ever wanted. The real shock comes when he calls her by her full name, Do Sejong. She is baffled that a popular guy like him would actually remember her name from such a brief library sighting. They argue about how different they are, him being into water sports and her being into nothing active. He even pulls out a picture of his dog, Cha Sam, to trap her with cuteness. Sejong tries to fake a bathroom break to escape again, but she gets caught because the bathroom is actually outside. Her internal system is officially reporting a critical error at this point. As they stand incredibly close, Sejong is completely frozen while Sung-yoon looks down at her with a knowing gaze. She ends up hiding behind him without thinking, and he playfully asks if he should keep her great escape a secret. Up close, she realizes he smells like fresh shampoo rather than alcohol. Despite her loner rules, Sujong finally gives in to the curiosity and asks for the socials of the man known as Cha Sung-yoon. The scene continues behind the building where Sung-yoon has Sujong cornered. He playfully offers to keep her secret escape a secret, but of course, every favor in these stories comes with a price tag. He tells her she needs to leave something behind if she wants his silence. Sujong is confused, but the guy is already one step ahead, admitting that he is actually curious about her social media account. Sung-yoon shows her his own profile, boasting thousands of followers, but Sujong delivers a cold reality check. She flat out rejects him, claiming she doesn't even use social media because she is basically a ghost on the internet. Since the social media plan failed, he shamelessly asks for her phone number instead. He acts all cool about it, saying he is just curious and it is totally fine if she says no, but we all know he is not going to give up that easily. Sujong is left wondering why people even exchange numbers at these awkward blind dates. She has a million questions but decides to keep her mouth shut because this guy is clearly a high-level flirt. Her friend Hyori sends a frantic text asking where she is. Sung-yoon tells her to go back quickly before things get weird, but then the plot takes a hilarious turn when he decides to run away with her. Sujong is baffled. She asks why he is running away too, and he just gives her a charming smile, saying that if they leave at the same time, everyone will think they left together. He is basically forcing a scandal on our poor intro cat. They start sprinting through the night. Sung-yoon asks if it feels good to run, but Sujong is already at her limit. As a professional homebody, her stamina is basically non-existent and she is struggling for air. While Sujong is dying from exhaustion, Sung-yoon is laughing like a maniac. He finds her struggle entertaining and says he will definitely repay the favor by putting in a good word for her in the group chat. He waves goodbye and goes his own way, leaving Sujong to realize that the sneaky guy never even got her contact info. She thinks she finally won this round against the player. The next day at school, Sujong is back in her natural habitat wearing her Adidas tracksuit. She is finally in a safe zone until her friend Hyori starts digging for gossip about the blind date. Sujong casually mentions that someone asked for her number, and Hyori's eyes practically pop out of her head. She is dying of curiosity about her blockhead friend's sudden progress in the love department. Sujong is still a cynical robot, asking what love or human bonds even are. She would rather someone just grease her rusty social joints than deal with a romantic relationship. When she reveals the name Cha Sung-yoon, Hyori goes into full investigation mode. It turns out this guy is incredibly famous on campus and his name is all over the university forums. Hyori drops the lore. Sung-yoon's family owns a massive shipbuilding company, meaning he is loaded. He is the legendary golden spoon alpha male that every girl is chasing after. But there is a dark side to the rumors. Hyori warns her that he supposedly only dates quiet girls because they don't spread rumors when they get dumped. Sujong is basically the perfect target for a guy like that. Hyori is terrified for her innocent friend, warning her to be careful around potential skirt chasers. Sujong just thinks Hyori must have fought with her boyfriend again to be this dramatic. Days pass and there is no contact from the mysterious rich guy. Sujong doesn't check her messages anyway, so she isn't exactly losing sleep over it. She is just living her best loner life. While riding the bus, Sujong is in a daze. Suddenly, she realizes someone familiar is sitting right there. It is Sung-yoon, wearing the same gray hoodie as before. The coincidence is starting to feel a bit too intentional. He invites her to sit next to him, but Sujong tries to act distant. She makes up an excuse about being tired from back-to-back major classes just to avoid any deep conversation. He asks what she writes since she is a creative writing major. Caught off guard, she lies and says she writes thrillers. Sung-yoon is actually impressed and says he wants to read her work, making Sujong panic internally. She notices he has a lot of female friends, confirming the rumors she heard. She starts to understand why he acts so smooth with everyone, but something about his smile feels different today. Sujong ends up falling asleep on the bumpy bus and has a bizarre dream. She wakes up realizing she was talking to him before she drifted off, feeling incredibly embarrassed about her homebody traits. The atmosphere turns heavy as she realizes Sung-yoon is consciously trying not to touch her on the crowded seat. But fate intervenes when the bus jolts, their legs touch by accident, and Sejong feels her face turning a very bright red as the signal finally changes. The bus ride is so bumpy that our intro cat Sejong is basically vibrating in her seat while her mysterious guy Sung-yoon is just chillin' right next to her like he owns the place. He suddenly scares the life out of her by calling her name. Sejong is like, whoa, give me some personal space, bro. Her robot brain is already reporting a minor system glitch. Sung-yoon is about to get off but throws a smooth "don't fall asleep again" as a parting gift. This guy is clearly a high-level predator and Sejong is officially his chosen prey. The ego test begins. Sung-yoon asks if she even remembers his name, and Sejong actually nails it. He looks impressed, and she is low-key proud of her memory skills. But the joy is short-lived when she sees him acting all friendly and smooth with some other girl named Hyunji. Sejong thinks maybe his interest in her was not that special after all. Suddenly her phone buzzes. It is a Kakao message from him, thanking her and promising to repay the favor. Our girl is wary, sensing another trap from this freakishly perceptive guy. The debate over the reward starts. He wants real coffee, not just some digital coupon. Sejong thinks this guy is incredibly fussy and way too aware of his own good looks. Sejong analyzes the situation with her usual cynicism. When you are rich and handsome, people just flock to you without effort. She is basically calling him a professional hot stuff. She sees him texting and wonders if it is another girl. Sejong admits she has zero clue how to deal with someone like him. He is a type of human she has never encountered. Fast forward to the campus festival. Everyone is in uniform and hitting on each other. Sejong is just there for the vibes, or maybe just to avoid being alone at home. Her friend Hyuri pulls her to a tarot booth. Sejong is skeptical, thinking this whole thing is just a waste of money and some classic mumbo-jumbo. The tarot reader drops a massive truth bomb. Sejong is the cautious type who takes forever to open up, but once she does, she gives her absolute everything to the other person. Sejong is internally screaming about how accurate that was but outwardly plays it cool. She asks what love even is, preferring to just grease her rusty social joints instead. Right as the reading gets interesting, Hyuri gets a text from her guy and decides to abandon Sejong to meet him. Loyalty level, 0. Our intro cat is left all alone in the crowd. Sejong tries to act fine with it, but we can see the internal sadness. Being comfortable alone is one thing, but being dumped for a boyfriend at a festival is a total buzzkill. She contemplates the nature of romance, comparing it to cherry blossoms that wither way too fast. She wonders if it is better to never even start if it is just going to end in sorrow. A random pushy guy appears and starts pressuring Sejong to grab ice cream with him. She does not even remember who he is, and her internal alarm bells are ringing like crazy. The pressure increases, so Sejong tells a desperate lie about being with someone else. Right then, a message from Sung-yoon pops up asking why she is just standing there. It turns out Sung-yoon has been watching her from a pub diagonally across the street. At this point, she is convinced he might actually be a ghost or a professional stalker. Sung-yoon appears out of nowhere to save her from the pushy guy. He stops laughing and offers help, but Sejong is annoyed that he saw her in such a pathetic situation. She asks why he keeps going out of his way to help her, and he hits her with the ultimate non-answer, just because. This guy is literally playing with her emotions for fun. Their eyes meet in the middle of the crowded festival, and for a second, the robot girl actually feels something. His smile is doing some serious damage to her internal firewall. He calls her a character and mocks her excuse about having a friend. He knows she is all alone, and he is determined to occupy that empty space right next to her. As they walk, Sejong stumbles and Sung-yoon catches her in a tight grip. He tells her she should have held on tighter, which is basically an invitation for more physical contact. The final move is here. Sung-yoon asks her out for real, leaning in with a look that would melt a glacier. Sejong is officially cornered, and her great escape is over. The festival is getting rowdy at the pub. Right as Sujong is feeling the heat from a pushy guy, Sung-yoon makes his move and smoothly asks if she wants to hang out with him instead. He doesn't wait for an answer, lying about having plans with her and paying the bill before dragging our confused intro cat away from the crowd. Talk about a hero entrance with a side of manipulation. Once they are alone, Sujong calls him out for his smooth lies. Sung-yoon just flashes that predatory smile, reminding her that she still owes him coffee and acting like his interference was just a gut feeling. Sujong is naturally suspicious of people who are too friendly. She bluntly asks him if he is in a cult, making Sung-yoon die of laughter at her absolute lack of social filter. She demands to know why he is targeting her. Sujong realizes she knows zero about this guy while her internal robot system starts reporting a major output error. Lore drop. This guy was basically a legend in high school, a student president who is always busy. To a professional homebody like Sujong, he feels like a completely different species of human. It feels incredibly weird to her that someone so opposite would act this friendly. Sung-yoon turns serious, wondering how he managed to miss her existence on campus all this time. Sujong explains she is a ghost who runs home the second class ends. Sung-yoon laughs and labels her as not easy, which in player language means he is definitely interested in the challenge. When asked why he cares, he leans in close. His reason? She hides herself so much that it is physically impossible for a hunter like him not to get curious. He claims to be falling in love like a character in a novel. Sujong is baffled, wondering why a guy at his level would waste his energy on a guarded girl like her. Sung-yoon finally drops the real bomb. He exposed her thriller writer lie and reveals he knows her secret identity as an award-winning romance novelist. Peak embarrassment happens when he admits to reading her work, specifically the spicy kiss scene where the male lead pins the girl against a wall. Sujong officially wants to cease existing. She is furious, accusing him of doing a background check just to tease her. Sung-yoon just finds it hilarious that she is so ashamed of her own secret talent. He forces a confession out of her. Sujong admits she is flustered because she writes all that romance with zero actual experience. She is basically a romance master on paper but a total noob in real life. Sung-yoon finds her honesty adorable and drags her to sit down for a drink. The atmosphere shifts from teasing to something a bit more electric. He hits her with a smooth line, suggesting that if she wants to write better, she should actually try experiencing romance for real. Our robot girl's brain is now officially on fire. Sujong tries to recover by acting cool, mentioning a performance and how it would be nice to lean on a lover's shoulder. She is desperately trying to reclaim her social dignity. Sung-yoon counters instantly, telling her she should have just subtly leaned on him instead of pretending not to notice. He is playing her like a professional and she knows it. He warns her not to look aside because a couple is busy kissing on the stairs. Sujong is shocked to hear they are in school uniforms, making the vibe even more scandalous. The proximity is getting dangerous. Sung-yoon notes how they are close enough for their lips to touch. Sujong thinks he is frivolous, but her heart is definitely not listening to her brain. He teases her about the uniform date idea. Sujong calls it childish and says her intuition tells her he is a dangerous person. Sung-yoon just smirks, enjoying being her mysterious threat. For the final move, he leans in and asks if she is curious how it would feel to do those childish things with him. He leaves her with a question that her robot brain simply cannot compute. Sung-yoon leans in and challenges Sujong with a lethal invitation to an amusement park. Our intro cat is officially cornered, and her marathon-pacing heart is basically a dead giveaway. Sujong tries to backtrack, but her robot brain accidentally confirms her curiosity about the date. Sung-yoon finds her panic hilarious and plays along just to see her short-circuit even more. He teases her for wanting a private outing, making her face the awkwardness she usually avoids. Sujong is left fuming while Sung-yoon enjoys his victory as the superior social predator. The battle of the grumpy cat versus the wolf begins. Sujong feels extremely displeased as this intruder keeps loitering near her territory, ignoring all the lines she draws. Realizing her only human friend is no help, Sujong turns to her true bestie, ChatGPT. She seeks AI guidance because dealing with a real handsome human is way too high level for her. She vents about her secret romance novel identity being exposed. The AI advisor drops some deep facts, telling her that his reaction should not determine her worth as a creator. Sung-yoon asks why she doesn't experience romance herself instead of just writing about it. Sujong wonders if he is just meddling for fun or actually expressing a playful interest. The AI advisor warns her that a guy who doesn't respect personal space is a major red flag. Sujong decides it is time to face the facts and reconsider this weird relationship. Following the plan to distance herself, Sujong decides to settle her coffee debt once and for all. She thinks if she pays him back, she can finally return to her peaceful loner life. Sung-yoon laughs at her formal request and counters with a photo of his cute dog as bait. He knows exactly how to keep our intro cat from running away too far. The next day, Sujong waits at the stairs, determined to grow distant. She tries to remind herself that they were never close, but his presence is already messing with her plan. They sit face to face at the cafe, and Sung-yoon is being way too picky about seats. He admits he just wanted to stare at her while they drink, making our writer feel incredibly exposed. The horror. Sung-yoon reveals he found the exact site where she writes her award-winning stories. Sujong is mortified, feeling like her deepest secrets are being read by a predator. Sujong finally gathers her courage and asks him why he keeps trying to cross the line. Her robot brain experiences a total malfunction as he stares back with a knowing look. Sung-yoon challenges her boundaries even further, asking why she can't just let him cross the line. A physical reaction occurs as she hits him for teasing her too much. Sujong explodes, demanding to know why he can never be serious. In the chaos, she fumbles with her phone and shouts at him not to look at her flustered face. The teasing stops when things get a bit too physical. Sung-yoon realizes he pushed the prank too far while Sujong desperately tries to hide her burning cheeks. Sung-yoon offers a sincere apology, admitting that her reactions are just too cute for him to stop. Sujong thinks she should have stayed far away from him from the very beginning. Silence falls between them under the trees. When their eyes meet and Sung-yoon smiles, Sujong loses her words again, realizing the distance between them has completely vanished. The final strike. Sung-yoon admits that his interest in her is not empty words, he actually has real feelings. Sujong is left in a daze, officially failing her plan to grow distant. Sung-yoon officially breaks the fourth wall by admitting he has an ulterior motive for chasing our intro cat. He is done playing the mysterious guy and is now a professional predator on the hunt. He challenges Sujong to guess his motive, leaving her completely frozen. Her robot brain is spinning so fast it is basically emitting smoke at this point. Welcome to System Shock 101. Sujong is so flustered she starts walking in the wrong direction like a broken NPC. Sung-yoon just laughs and points her toward the actual cafe, enjoying her total lack of direction. Inside the cafe, the teasing continues. Sung-yoon asks if she is still malfunctioning, clearly loving the way Sujong is short-circuiting right in front of him over a simple coffee date. He notes that for someone who claims to never go out, she seems surprisingly well prepared. He is observing her every move like she is a rare specimen under a microscope. Sujong thinks if he has no tact, he should just shut up. But Sung-yoon is a master of breaking through her social firewall, making her feel incredibly exposed. The awkwardness reaches legendary levels as Sujong tries to act like a normal human. Her internal system is screaming error every time he flashes that perfect, predatory smile. Sujong secretly consults her ultimate digital advisor, ChatGPT. She vents about her secret romance novel identity being leaked to the most dangerous guy on campus. The AI advisor drops some deep wisdom about not letting others determine her worth. Sujong feels validated by a literal computer program because real humans are too scary. She wonders if Sung-yoon is meddling for fun or actually expressing interest. She concludes he is a high-level hazard to her peaceful, solitary lifestyle. ChatGPT gives a cold warning, if he does not respect her space, she needs to delete him. Sujong decides it is time to build an unbreakable mental firewall. Sujong crafts a flawless plan to pay her coffee debt and then vanish into thin air. She is determined to return to her safe, antisocial sanctuary. The next day, she meets Sung-yoon at the stairs. He is rocking a blue hoodie and Sujong realizes her plan to grow distant is already facing a critical failure. At the cafe, Sung-yoon admits he just wanted to sit face to face to watch her reactions. Sujong tries to deny her fame, but her blushing face is a total giveaway. The horror gets real. Sung-yoon reveals he found the exact site where she posts her stories. Sujong's robot brain is officially drowning in flustering words and system errors. Sujong gathers her courage and asks why he keeps trying to cross the line. Sung-yoon smirks and asks if she can just let him in, turning the tension up to 100. Things get rowdy when Sujong hits him for being too annoying. She demands to know why he is never serious, while her internal firewall is basically melting into a puddle. A hilarious fumble happens as they both reach for things on the table. Sujong is so red she shouts at him not to look at her flustered face while error pop-ups fill her mind. Sung-yoon teases her about touching his AirPods by mistake. He then turns dead serious and asks if he can hold her hand again, but with her full permission this time. Heartbeat sounds intensify as Sujong realizes this is all a series of firsts for her. Something new is filling her mind, and it is definitely not a computer error for once. Sung-yoon drops the ultimate proposal. He wants to be her real-life experience partner. He claims she would write romance much better if she actually felt it with him. The episode ends with Sung-yoon's final strike. Sujong is officially out of logic as she stares at the man who has completely hacked her heart. Game, set, and match for the predator. Sung-yoon officially crashes the social scene by introducing Sujong to Joo-hyun. Our intro cat is basically vibrating with social anxiety while everyone treats them like a confirmed item. Joo-hyun starts dropping massive tea about their club meetings every Tuesday evening. Sujong's robot brain is glitching hard because this social network is getting way too complex for her. The promotional booth energy has officially drained Sujong's battery to absolute zero. She realizes Sung-yoon's world is loud and exhausting, making her want to retreat to her silent bunker. Sujong analyzes Sung-yoon with pure wariness. She suspects this popular guy is either conducting a weird social experiment or he's part of a very handsome cult. Our girl runs back to her digital bestie, ChatGPT. She vents to the AI about her secret romance novel life being exposed while the AI tries to talk her out of a system shutdown. The AI advisor drops some logic bombs about self-worth and creators. Sujong feels validated by a literal computer program because real humans are just too scary to deal with. Plan A is set. Sujong will pay back the coffee debt and vanish like a ghost. She's determined to build a firewall that even Sung-yoon's visual attack can't hack through. The hunter sets a new trap. Sung-yoon appears in his uniform looking like a literal 10 out of 10. Sujong's internal system is reporting a critical visual overload. Sujong gets dragged into club games and her clumsiness level is over 9,000. Luckily, Sung-yoon is right there to catch her, playing the part of a professional hero. They move to a quieter spot and Sung-yoon teases her about malfunctioning again. At this point, Robot is basically his favorite pet name for our flustered heroine. He leans in and demands more data for her award-winning kiss scenes. Sujong officially wants to cease existing while her robot brain goes into a full meltdown. Close proximity alert. The air between them is so thick Sujong can barely calculate a proper exit route. Her heart is currently doing a heavy metal drum solo. Things get real when Sung-yoon tests the waters with a hand touch. He asks if she still wants to keep her distance, leaving Sujong with zero logic and zero breath. He admits he is tired of the cat and mouse games and wants to be serious. Sujong realizes the dangerous player might actually be speaking from his actual heart for once. The romance master is now the one being played by destiny. Sujong wonders if she can truly trust a guy who is so damn smooth it is actually terrifying. Sung-yoon offers the ultimate exit. If this feels wrong, they can just stop right now. It is a brilliant move designed to lower her guard completely. Sujong admits that this is definitely a some relationship. Her solitary firewall has officially been hacked and her heart belongs to the predator now. The festival vibe is ruined when Sujong overhears rumors about a bastard who stole someone's girlfriend. The gossip points directly at the legend himself. The crowd claims Sung-yoon is infamous for this kind of drama. Sujong's system is going into shock as she questions if her hero is actually the villain. Sujong starts the day with an emergency meeting with ChatGPT about her date invitation. She is currently calculating the ROI of going to Kenning World with a professional charmer like Sung-yoon. Jackpot. The AI advisor tells her to go for the sake of her romance novel research. An attractive companion and a new setting are officially the ultimate content combination for her work. But wait, red alert. AI warns her to be wary of experienced partners who lead the tempo. Sujong's social firewall is now on high alert as she analyzes the risk of falling into his pace. Sujong realizes Sung-yoon is a difficult boss fight. She decides to dive into this unknown territory just to see if she can hack his mysterious motive while keeping her peace of mind intact. High-level dating advice from ChatGPT continues. Sujong is terrified that she is walking straight into a specialized social trap designed for quiet girls who are easy to handle. Our girl accepts the mission. She agrees to the date just this once, officially treating the campus predator as her designated research material for her next award-winning chapter. D-Day at the station. Sung-yoon arrives looking like a high-definition visual attack. Sujong's plan to stay detached and robotic is already facing a critical 404 failure. On the packed bus, our intro cat is hunting for a seat like it is a hardcore survival game. She spots a familiar face but her robot brain is too slow to identify the target. Jump scare. Sung-yoon is standing right behind her and texts her from zero distance. The system shock level is currently at 100% for our flustered heroine. The hand-holding offensive begins. Sung-yoon is so smooth it is actually suspicious. Sujong wonders if this hero logic works on every single girl he meets in his social life. Guard mode is officially on. She rejects the physical contact, claiming it is too hot today. Sujong is determined to stick to her own antisocial pace no matter what. Research list updated. Sujong proposes a school uniform date to collect data on haunted houses and fireworks. Her best-selling romance author dreams are officially taking over. At the rental shop, Sung-yoon reveals his inner fashionista psycho. He is analyzing every millimeter of the fit while Sujong just wants to hide under her blanket. Mirror, mirror. Picking the perfect student outfit becomes a battle of aesthetics. Sujong thinks everything looks the same but Sung-yoon is treating this like a major operation. Deep talk time. Both of them admit their common occupational hazard is observing and judging strangers. Two unique weirdos have finally found some common social ground. Fitting room chaos. Sujong reflects on her habit of imitating social norms just to fit in. She realizes Sung-yoon is a fellow observer but way more confident and dangerous. Back to the blind date memories. Sujong realized Sung-yoon was watching everyone with great enjoyment while she was just judging them for her fiction data. Identity exposure. Wearing the uniform makes Sujong feel like her most shameful secrets are being displayed to the public eye. She feels totally naked under his gaze. High voltage alert. Sung-yoon steps into her personal space to help with the skirt adjuster. Proximity level is now extremely dangerous for our robot heroine's internal system. Blushing catastrophe. Sung-yoon calls her cute while she struggles with the fit. Sujong is officially out of logic and out of patience with this smooth predator. Final cliffhanger. Her sleeve gets caught on his buckle, and Sung-yoon leans in with a look that would melt any firewall. Game over for the intro cat as the distance hits zero. The intense atmosphere in the fitting room peaks as Sujong realized her sleeve is caught on Sung-yoon's buckle. She panics like a cat in a trap while he tells her not to move, acting like a professional rescue team of one. It is a total social crisis as they fumble to get the sleeve out. Sujong's robot brain is screaming error while she tries to hide her flustered face. Once free, she bolts toward the exit, her internal firewall completely melted. The mission continues with picking out a tie. Sung-yoon chooses the prettiest one, making them look like a blatant student couple. Sujong thinks it is too intentional, but she is already losing the battle against his pace. Sujong reflects on the fact that a skilled person can naturally lead a relationship anywhere they want. She feels like a beginner player facing a level 99 boss, and her antisocial defense stats are dropping fast. The amusement park adventure officially starts. Surrounded by happy couples, Sujong feels like an alien. Sung-yoon notes her stiff posture and asks if she is still in guard mode. They dive into the research list. Sung-yoon leads her through the crowd with the confidence of a king. Sujong realized that being with him is a high-voltage experience that her robot programming never prepared her for. The physical closeness is constant. Every time their shoulders brush, Sujong feels a system glitch. She tries to focus on collecting data for her novel, but her actual heart is the one doing all the recording. Sung-yoon buys her a headband, completing the amusement park look. He calls her cute again, and Sujong realized that this popular predator is a master of infiltration. Her solitary fortress is officially compromised. Lunchtime becomes an interrogation. Sung-yoon asks why she is always on edge. Sujong tries to maintain her poker face, but the proximity makes it hard to think logically. Her appetite is replaced by pure nervousness. The carousel ride provides a moment of fake peace. Sujong stares at the sky, wondering why life feels so much more complicated than her fictional stories. Sung-yoon's eyes are always on her, tracking every reaction. They head toward the haunted house, a key item on her research list. Sujong is terrified but tries to act brave for the sake of science. Sung-yoon smirks, knowing exactly what is about to happen to her cool exterior. Inside the darkness, the jump scares start. Sujong's logic officially leaves the building as she clings to Sung-yoon's arm. The professional hero is enjoying the mission a bit too much. Out in the fresh air, Sujong is a mess of tangled hair and red cheeks. She realized she failed the bravery test but succeeded in providing Sung-yoon with even more material to tease her with. The sun begins to set, turning the world orange. Sujong starts to feel a strange sense of loss. She realized that she wants Sung-yoon to be as bothered by this date as she is. She demands that he should be on edge and nervous too, just like she has been all day. It is an honest outburst from our usually quiet robot, showing just how much he has hacked her system. To protect herself from this uncharted territory, Sujong decides she must know his true feelings. In the dim light of the park, she steps closer, trying to read the expression of the man she cannot figure out. The first thing she sees are his eyes, and they seem to be trembling. Sung-yoon admits he does not know how else to show her the truth. The predator is finally showing his vulnerable side. And then, a heartbeat. It is not just one, but the synchronized sound of two. Under the evening sky, the distance hits zero, and the real-life experience becomes something much deeper than research. The high-voltage night at the amusement park continues as the distance between Sung-yoon and Sujong hits absolute zero. Our intro cat is basically a frozen statue while the predator's eyes are doing a full system scan. Sung-yoon whispers something that makes Sujong's robot brain emit actual smoke. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife, and her solitary firewall is officially in pieces. Walking away from the scene, Sujong is a mess of red cheeks and tangled logic. She realized that the real-life experience is way more dangerous than anything she ever wrote in her novels. Under the park lights, they look like the ultimate legendary student couple, but Sujong's internal system is reporting a critical 404 error every time she looks at him. The journey home on the train is a masterclass in awkward silence. Sujong tries to focus on the window reflection while Sung-yoon watches her like she's the most interesting drama on air. Sayonara time near her house. Sung-yoon leaves her with a look that guarantees she won't sleep for a week. Sujong stands there wondering if she just survived a date or a high-level boss raid. Back in her room, the robot finally breaks down. Sujong buries her face in her pillow, her antisocial spirit crying for help as her heart refuses to slow down. She stares at the ceiling, analyzing the day's data. The amusement park research was a success for her novel, but a total catastrophe for her peaceful loner life. Emergency meeting with her digital bestie. Sujong asked ChatGPT how to fix a heartbeat bug that won't stop. Even the AI seems confused by this sudden human-level complexity. Monday morning at the university brings a new nightmare. Sujong tries to go ghost mode, but her brain keeps replaying the feeling of Sung-yoon's hand on her thigh. Rumor alert. The gossip about the legendary navigation department president being spotted on a uniform date is spreading like wildfire through the campus. Sung-yoon makes a king-like entrance into the classroom. He's rocking a casual white shirt look that is basically a visual assault on everyone's eyes, including Sujong's. The contrast is hilarious. Sujong is trying to merge with the wall while Sung-yoon is glowing under the classroom lights, acting like he didn't just hack her heart 2 days ago. A secret encounter in the hallway. Sung-yoon corners her again, and Sujong realized that the school campus is no longer a safe zone from this persistent hunter. Sujong remembers the rumor about him stealing someone's girlfriend. She looks at his perfect face and wonders if she's falling for a hero or the most charming villain on campus. Sung-yoon leans close to the window, the sunlight hitting his eyes. He asks why she's avoiding his gaze, making Sujong's social battery drop to 1% instantly. High tension at the lockers. Sujong tries to act like a cold, detached robot, but Sung-yoon's smile is a specialized tool designed to dismantle her defenses. She demands to know his true intentions in public. Sung-yoon just smirks, enjoying the way his little robot is finally showing some real, fiery human emotion. The social fallout begins. After Sung-yoon's scandalous declaration, the school hallway feels like a high-pressure cooker. Sujong is basically a walking system error while Sung-yoon enjoys the chaos. Inside the classroom, the spotlight is lethal. Everyone is staring at the legendary president and his mysterious robot girl. Sujong's internal firewall is currently being bombarded by gossip. Sung-yoon pulls a pro-gamer move by acting totally normal while being dangerously close. Our intro cat is trying to merge with her desk, but Sung-yoon's visual attack is a 100% critical hit. Sujong tries to analyze the data. Is he doing this to help her novel or just to see her short-circuit? Her robot brain is spinning so fast it is basically mining Bitcoin at this point. During the break, Sujong tries to go into invisible mode. But Sung-yoon tracks her down like a specialized predator. Escape is officially impossible when the hunter has your GPS coordinates. He corners her near the stairs, a classic manhwa setting. Sujong's social battery is at 0, but Sung-yoon keeps recharging the tension with those predatory eyes. Sujong confronts him about the partner label. She demands logic, but Sung-yoon gives her a smirk that says logic is for losers and romance is for masters. Visual alert. Sujong's face is so red it could stop traffic. She realized that the line between fiction and reality has been completely deleted by this handsome hacker. Lunchtime becomes a trial by fire. Sujong wants to eat in peace, but being the target of the campus legend means her antisocial dreams are officially dead and buried. She remembers the AI advice from ChatGPT. But even the smartest AI cannot help her when a real human is leaning in and asking what she's thinking about. Sung-yoon shows a surprisingly soft side, acting protective against the whispering crowds. For a second, Sujong's robot heart reports a new kind of warm-blooded bug. Back to the flustering words. Sung-yoon mentions the amusement park night again, keeping the memories fresh and the tension at a maximum high-voltage level. Sujong tries to regain control by acting cold, but her body language is a total traitor. Sung-yoon notes every twitch and blush like a professional researcher. A moment of high tension in a quiet corner of the library. The proximity is so dangerous Sujong can hear her own system screaming for a reboot. Sung-yoon asks her if she's still collecting data for her novel. Sujong realized she has enough data to write 10 books, but zero courage to actually face him. Sung-yoon drops a line about their next private session, leaving Soo-jong speechless and the audience begging for more. The intro cat is officially caught. Soo-jong is back in her bunker, desperately trying to process the social chaos from school. Her robot brain is recalculating the risk of being the main character in a campus scandal. She looks at her romance novel draft and realizes the real-life data is making her writing legendary. However, her own life is currently reporting a critical 404 error. Monday morning at the university feels like a battlefield. Soo-jong tries to go into stealth mode, but the school fan club is already buzzing about her uniform date with the legend. Sung-yoon appears like a high-definition visual nuke. He spots Soo-jong instantly, and the hallway atmosphere shifts from a normal school to a high-budget romance drama. They find a semi-private spot where Sung-yoon asks about her writing progress. He uses that smooth, specialized voice designed to bypass her antisocial firewall. Soo-jong tries to stay cold and professional, calling their relationship a simple data exchange. But her blushing face is a total system betrayal that Sung-yoon finds adorable. The predator leans in close, noting that for a world-class romance expert, she is surprisingly bad at hiding her actual feelings. Soo-jong's logic is officially in shambles. Soo-jong remembers the rumors about his past reputation. She starts wondering if she is just another specimen in his social experiment or if this hunter is actually serious. Sung-yoon drops the playful act and looks her dead in the eye. He wants her to see him not as a fictional character, but as a real man standing right in front of her. System overload detected. Soo-jong's robot brain is emitting actual smoke as she realizes she is losing the logic battle to his raw, overwhelming charisma. They walk through the crowded hallway together. Soo-jong feels like a rare intro cat being displayed in a glass box while every student on campus stares in envy. Sung-yoon's protective streak comes out as he handles the whispering crowd like a professional hero. For a second, Soo-jong's robot heart reports a warm-blooded bug. They retreat to a quiet corner. The visual contrast between his golden boy energy and her antisocial dark cat energy is peak cinematic comedy for the audience. He asks her a lethal question: what does Soo-jong really want, not for the novel, but for herself? It is a question her computer code simply cannot answer. Soo-jong fumbles with her words, trying to maintain her robotic mask. But Sung-yoon is a master hacker who has already found the password to her heart. Proximity level reaches absolute zero. Sung-yoon touches her face, sending a billion volts through her social defense system. Rebooting is no longer an option for our girl. Soo-jong finally admits to herself that she is curious, not for her book, but for the actual feeling of being loved by someone as dangerous as Cha Sung-yoon. Sung-yoon makes a bold proposal for the next stage of their real experience, leaving Soo-jong and the fans in a state of total system failure. Sung-yoon's bold upgrade proposal leaves Soo-jong in a state of total catatonia. Her robot brain is currently stuck in a reboot loop as she tries to process the level of this social attack. Back in her safe zone, Soo-jong tries to scrub her mind of that smooth visual nuke. But Sung-yoon's voice is stuck in her system like an unremovable virus that keeps replaying his proposal. The rumor mill is officially on fire at school. Everyone is betting on how the introverted ghost girl managed to snag the heart of the legendary navigation department president. Soo-jong tries to walk through the hallway in invisible mode, but the gossip is so loud it is basically a direct bombardment on her antisocial firewall. Sung-yoon appears like a summoned world boss, acting way too casual while the entire student body watches the drama in pure, unadulterated shock. He corners her again in the hallway, and this time, there is zero escape. Soo-jong's social battery is flashing red, but the predator is only just getting warmed up. Sung-yoon notes that she is avoiding eye contact like a guilty criminal. He uses his specialized lethal charm to force her robot eyes to look directly at his perfect face. The tension in the classroom is peak cinematic comedy. Soo-jong is trying to merge with her desk while Sung-yoon radiates main character energy right next to her. Soo-jong tries to retreat to her logical bunker, telling herself this is all just for the book. But her actual heart is reporting a major system override that she cannot fix. Lunchtime becomes an interrogation session. Sung-yoon asks what she really thinks of him, and Soo-jong's firewall is under a heavy DDoS attack from his intense gaze. She tries to bring up the rumors about his playboy past to protect herself. But Sung-yoon's honest expression makes her doubt the campus gossip for the first time. The visuals here are 4K quality. Sung-yoon leans in close, making the air between them feel like a high-voltage zone that Soo-jong is too scared to leave. Soo-jong realized that her research partner is actually becoming a real-life obsession. Her computer brain is officially running out of memory for all these flustering data points. Sung-yoon leads her to a quiet spot on the rooftop. The atmosphere is screaming for a romantic climax, and Soo-jong is basically a vibrating mess of social anxiety. He admits he doesn't want to be just a character in her story or a tool for her research. He wants to be the actual male lead in Soo-jong's real life. Critical hit detected. Soo-jong's robot defenses crumble completely as she realizes that the intro cat actually feels like a normal girl falling in love for once. They share a moment of high tension where the distance hits absolute zero. The visual nuke of Sung-yoon's serious face is the final blow to her logical resistance. Soo-jong wonders if this is all a fever dream or another high-level prank. But Sung-yoon's warm hand on hers feels way too real to be a work of fiction. The social fallout of being seen together hits the campus like a wildfire. Soo-jong realized there is no going back to her peaceful ghost mode life ever again. She tries to act cool and detached, but her blushing face is broadcasting her true feelings in ultra-high resolution to the entire school. Sung-yoon teases her about officially being his girlfriend. Soo-jong's robot brain reports a total system meltdown as she struggles to find a logical response. The proximity increases again as they enter a new phase of their real-life experiment. The tension is reaching a record high for our romance writer. Soo-jong is officially in the danger zone. After Sung-yoon's latest move, her robot brain is reporting a critical system failure while her heart does a literal 100-meter sprint. Sung-yoon asks why she is still acting like a glitchy NPC. He wants her to face the reality that they are now a confirmed item in the eyes of the entire campus gossip network. Soo-jong tries to argue with logic, claiming this is all still just research for her novel. But Sung-yoon smirks, knowing that research doesn't make your face turn that shade of strawberry red. Back at the university, the gossip train is moving at light speed. Soo-jong tries to use her invisible mode, but everyone is staring at the girl who finally tamed the legend. Sung-yoon makes a grand entrance, radiating pure main character energy. He spots his little robot hiding in the corner and heads straight for her like a high-precision guided missile. He corners her in a quiet hallway, and the atmosphere is heavy with tension. The visual contrast between his golden boy aura and her antisocial dark cat energy is peak cinematic comedy. Sung-yoon asks about the next chapter of her romance novel. He suggests that if she needs more spicy data, he is more than happy to provide a live demonstration free of charge. Soo-jong officially wants to cease existing at this moment. She realizes her solitary firewall has been completely hacked by this handsome predator who now knows her every secret. Lunchtime becomes another social battleground. Soo-jong tries to eat in peace, but being the target of a campus celebrity means her peaceful loner life is officially dead and buried. They share a private moment where Sung-yoon finally drops the playful act. He looks at her with an expression so sincere it causes a total database wipe in Soo-jong's logical mind. Soo-jong questions if he is really serious or just playing a very high-level game. Her robot brain is desperately searching for a logical reason why a guy like him would choose her. Sung-yoon leans in, his face just inches away from hers. He tells her that he has never been more serious in his entire life, causing Soo-jong to lose her words and her cool exterior. The rumor about him stealing someone's girlfriend comes up in her head again. Soo-jong wonders if she is falling for a heroic male lead or the most charming villain in campus history. Sung-yoon notes her sudden hesitation and asks exactly what is bothering her. He is a master at reading her robotic micro-expressions before she can even try to hide them. They move to a more secluded spot to talk. The tension is reaching 1000 volts, and Soo-jong realized that her antisocial battery is actually being recharged by his persistent presence. Sung-yoon touches her hand, testing her remaining guard. Instead of pulling away, Sujong's system reports a strange feeling of warmth that her computer code simply cannot explain. He teases her about finally letting him cross the line into her world. Sujong tries to act cold, but her body language is a total traitor, broadcasting her true feelings in 4K resolution. A moment of pure visual aesthetic occurs under the trees. Sung-yoon looks like a literal god of romance, and Sujong realized she is officially becoming his #1 fan. Sujong realized that her novel characters are nothing compared to the real-life intensity of sitting next to this man. Her fiction is officially being outclassed by reality. Sung-yoon asks her to look him in the eye and say she doesn't feel a thing. Sujong's robot brain reports a critical logic error because she knows she can't lie to him anymore. The proximity increases until the distance is practically zero. Sujong feels her solitary fortress crumbling down as she finally allows herself to be just a normal girl in love. Sung-yoon makes a final move that officially cements their status. The campus legend has successfully trapped the intro cat in his web of genuine and persistent affection. Sung-yoon drops a statement that changes their relationship forever, leaving Sujong speechless and her heart beating like a drum. Game over for the loner life. Sujong is currently in a state of total mental chaos after the latest romantic encounter. Her robot brain is desperately trying to reboot, but the image of Sung-yoon is stuck in her system cache. Back at the university, the rumor firewall has been completely breached. Everyone is buzzing about the introverted ghost girl who officially snagged the heart of the navigation department legend. Sujong tries to go into maximum stealth mode to avoid the whispering crowds. However, Sung-yoon is a professional tracker who finds his little robot and resets her social battery to 0%. The visual attack is real. Sung-yoon appears looking like a literal 4K masterpiece, and Sujong realized her antisocial defenses are basically made of thin paper against his charisma. Sung-yoon teases her about the dating experiment results. He's pushing her boundaries like a specialized hacker bypasses a low-security firewall, enjoying every second of her flustered reactions. Sujong attempts to maintain her robot poker face, claiming this is still just data collection. But her heart is currently doing a heavy metal drum solo that broadcasts her true feelings. They move to a quiet spot where the proximity level hits dangerous levels. The air between them is so thick with tension that Sujong's logic officially leaves the building. Sung-yoon gets serious for a moment, asking what do Sujong really thinks of him beyond the fiction. The predator is finally showing his vulnerable side to the little robot. Rumors about Sung-yoon's playboy past come back to haunt her mind. Sujong wonders if she's falling for a heroic male lead or the most charming villain in campus history. To protect her heart, Sujong builds a temporary emotional firewall. But Sung-yoon's sincere gaze is like a specialized malware designed to melt her logic into a puddle. High voltage alert in the hallway. Sujong's system reports a critical flustering error as Sung-yoon leans in close, closing the distance between their solitary worlds. He asks if she's finally ready to experience the kiss scene from her novel for real. Sujong officially wants to disappear into a different dimension to avoid this visual nuke. The social fallout of being his confirmed partner hits the campus like a wildfire. Sujong realized there is no going back to her peaceful loner life ever again. Sung-yoon acts like a professional bodyguard, protecting his quiet kitten from the gossiping students. For a second, Sujong's robot heart reports a strange warm-blooded bug. They share a cinematic moment under the trees. The contrast between his golden boy aura and her dark cat energy is the ultimate satisfaction for the watching fans. He tells her he doesn't want to be a research subject anymore. He wants to be the actual male lead in Sujong's real life with a 100% success rate. Sujong finally lets her guard down, admitting that her research partner has successfully hacked her heart. Her solitary fortress has been officially occupied by the predator. Sujong is back in her room, staring at her laptop screen in a total trance. The amusement park data is so intense that her romance novel draft is basically smoking. Her robot brain is trying to find a logical explanation for her racing heart. She tries to delete the memories of the uniform date, but the image of Sung-yoon is saved in her permanent memory. Soo-jong realized that writing about love is easy, but actually feeling it is a high-level system error. Monday morning at the university feels like entering a lion's den. Soo-jong attempts to go into stealth mode, but her bright red face is a dead giveaway to the entire gossip network. Sung-yoon enters the classroom with a lethal visual attack, radiating main character energy. He heads straight for the empty seat next to Soo-jong, claiming his territory in front of everyone. The social atmosphere in the room hits a record high voltage. Sung-yoon whispers a greeting that causes a total database wipe in Soo-jong's logical mind. The intro cat is officially trapped at her own desk. He notices the dark circles under her eyes and teases her about staying up all night writing. Sung-yoon asks if the male lead in her book is starting to look a bit too much like him. Soo-jong tries to maintain her cold robot mask, but her trembling hands are a total system betrayal. Sung-yoon catches her hand under the desk, creating a secret high-tension zone that no one else can see. During the lecture, Sung-yoon acts like a professional distraction. Every time he leans in, Soo-jong's system reports a 404 error, concentration not found. Her antisocial spirit is practically begging for a reboot. The contrast between Sung-yoon's playful smirk and Soo-jong's panicked expression is peak cinematic gold. He seems to enjoy the way his little robot short-circuits with every small touch. Soo-jong tries to focus on the professor, but the predator next to her is way more interesting. She realized that the line between fiction and reality has been completely deleted by his presence. Sung-yoon secretly reads a snippet of her new draft and laughs at how detailed the kiss scenes have become. He asks if she needs a live demonstration to make the next chapter even more realistic. Soo-jong officially wants to cease existing at this moment. She realized her solitary fortress has been completely hacked by a man who now knows her every secret fantasy. The classroom gossip reaches a boiling point as students whisper about their secret interaction. Soo-jong feels like a rare specimen being displayed in a 4K glass box. Sung-yoon stands up for her when a nosy student asks a rude question. His protective aura is so strong that Soo-jong's robot heart reports a new, warm-blooded bug in her system. Soo-jong is currently experiencing a total system crash after the official partner label went viral. Her antisocial brain is desperately trying to uninstall her current reality while hiding in the quietest corner of the school. The university hallways have turned into a social war zone with gossip spreading like a malicious virus. Soo-jong feels like the main character of a thriller instead of a romance novel. Sung-yoon infiltrates her secret hiding spot with the ease of a master hacker. He looks way too good under the dim archive lighting, causing a severe visual overload in her robotic eyes. The proximity level hits a dangerous voltage as he sits right next to her solitary bunker. Soo-jong can hear her own internal cooling fan spinning at maximum speed to keep her cool. Sung-yoon asks if she is truly satisfied with just being research partners for her book. He is pushing her boundaries to see if the little robot actually has a heart under that logical shell. A high-tension moment occurs when he leans in close to fix her glasses and check her expression. 404 error, logic not found as her solitary circuits are officially fried by his presence. He pulls out his phone to show her the wild comments on the campus forum. While Soo-jong wants to download an invisibility cloak, Sung-yoon seems to enjoy being the legend in her world. The predator finally drops the teasing and asks the most dangerous question: is she really just using him for data? Soo-jong's robot brain is officially in pieces as she struggles to maintain her poker face. They hide between the library shelves where the atmosphere becomes thick with romantic static. Soo-jong realizes her solitary fortress has been fully occupied by this persistent man. He notes her trembling hands and asks if she is scared of the rumors or her own feelings. The hunter is closing in on the truth behind her robotic mask with every second. Soo-jong finally stops calculating the risk and starts feeling the actual experience of being close to him. Her system reports a permanent change in her emotional code that she cannot patch away. A cinematic close-up of Sung-yoon's sincere gaze destroys the last of her antisocial firewalls. He tells her he is officially done playing the role of a fictional character for her research. He touches her hand, testing the waters of her remaining guard in the quiet archive room. Instead of pulling away, Sujong's system reports a feeling of comfort that no computer code can explain. The visual contrast between the campus legend and the quiet introvert reaches a legendary level of aesthetic. Sujong realized her solitary heart has been successfully hacked and claimed. Sung-yoon promises to be the only male lead she ever needs to study for the rest of her life. Sujong's heart is doing a heavy metal drum solo that is definitely not a system glitch. They walk out of the library archives together, officially confirming the rumors to anyone watching. Sujong realized her ghost mode life is officially archived and deleted forever. Sung-yoon seals the deal with a look that would melt even the coldest computer processor ever made. The solitude is finally gone as Sujong accepts the most flustering update to her life, takes a sharp turn toward real romance, leaving the experiment behind for a future shared with the legend. Sujong is basically a walking blue screen of death after the campus declaration. Her robot brain is recalculating life as a gossip target while her heart tries to break a world record. Her solitary firewall is officially under a massive attack. Sung-yoon has officially retired from being a fake fiancé and is now a professional predator. He is hacking into Sujong's personal space with lethal visual attacks that her code cannot handle. He enjoys watching his little intro cat short-circuit. The rumor mill at university is currently running at peak power. Everyone wants to know how a social ghost girl managed to snag a legendary-level campus president. Sujong feels like a rare specimen being displayed in a high-definition glass box. Sujong attempts to activate maximum stealth mode to survive the hallway of doom. Unfortunately, Sung-yoon has a built-in tracking device for his favorite little robot and resets her social battery instantly. Her antisocial defenses are basically made of thin paper. Sung-yoon walks into the classroom and delivers a lethal visual nuke. Even the air in the room becomes 4K resolution because of his sheer main character energy. Sujong tries to merge with the wall, but his predatory gaze is already locked on. They find a secret corner for some high-voltage data exchange during the break. Sung-yoon asks about her romance book, but his eyes are clearly focused on her high-definition blushing face. Sujong's internal system reports a critical flustering error. 404 error, logic not found during lunch break as proximity hits dangerous levels. Sujong realized her solitary logic is being dismantled by a pro hunter with a billion-watt smile. She can barely calculate an escape route while he watches her. Sung-yoon stops the playful act and switches to his serious predatory gaze mode. Sujong realized that this campus legend is now playing for keeps. Her antisocial spirit is officially in pieces as her logical defenses crumble fast under his stare. Emergency meeting with her secret digital bestie ChatGPT back in her room. Sujong asks the AI how to patch a heartbeat bug that is currently crashing her entire robot system. Even a supercomputer seems confused by this sudden human-level complexity. Sung-yoon activates human shield mode to block the whispering crowds from his quiet kitten. For a split second, Sujong's system reports a warm feeling that her code cannot explain. She realized her lonely world is getting a bit too crowded for comfort. High-tension alert in the library hallway as the distance between them hits zero. Sujong's system reports a critical malfunction as Sung-yoon leans in close. The distance between their two very different worlds is officially shrinking to a scandalous level. He asks if she is finally ready to experience her fictional romance scenes for real. Sujong officially wants to cease existing to avoid this overwhelming visual assault. Her robot brain is literally emitting smoke as she stares at his perfect face. The social fallout of being a confirmed item is hitting like a tsunami across campus. Sujong realized there is no going back to her peaceful ghost mode life ever again. Her solitary status is being deleted from the school servers in real time. A cinematic moment under the lights that makes the audience scream for more. The contrast between his visual nuke and her dark cat energy is the ultimate satisfaction. Sung-yoon looks like a literal god of romance designed to ruin her peace. Sung-yoon admits he is tired of being just a research subject for her romance fiction. He wants to be the actual male lead in Sujong's life with a 100% success rate. Sujong's computer logic is officially outclassed by raw reality. Critical hit detected when he touches her hand in a quiet moment. Sujong finally admits her solitude fortress was no match for this persistent and handsome predator. Her heart is doing a heavy metal drum solo that she finally decides to enjoy. Proximity level reaches absolute zero as they enter the endgame phase of their experiment. Rebooting is no longer an option as Sujong accepts this new flustering reality. She realized that real-life intensity is better than anything she ever wrote. Sujong is currently in a state of total mental chaos after the latest romantic strike. Her antisocial spirit is vibrating at maximum frequency because the campus legend is way too close for her code to handle. The university rumor mill is hitting peak power levels today as everyone gossips about the new couple. Every student is trying to catch a glimpse of the introverted ghost girl who successfully hacked the heart of the navigation president. Sung-yoon enters the frame like a literal 4K visual masterpiece radiating main character energy. He looks like a high-definition visual nuke designed to destroy Sujong's remaining solitary defenses. He corners her in the hallway with the confidence of a professional predator on a successful hunt. Sujong is trying to merge with the wall while her robot brain reports a critical 404 logic error. Sung-yoon notes her bright red cheeks and teases her about the real-life data for her romance novel. He suggests that actual experience is a billion times more effective than staring at a computer screen all day. Sujong attempts to reboot her logical firewall, but her body language is a total traitor. Even without speech bubbles, her blushing face broadcasts her true feelings in ultra-high resolution to the audience. The proximity level hits a dangerous voltage during a quiet moment between the two. Sung-yoon looks at her with an intensity that could melt even the most advanced antisocial software ever programmed. Lunchtime becomes a trial by fire for our flustered intro cat as the entire school watches them eat. Being the target of a campus legend means her peaceful ghost mode life is officially archived and deleted forever. She remembers the AI warning about experienced partners leading the tempo of the relationship. Sujong realized she is no longer the master of this game as she gets completely swept up in his pace. They retreat to a secluded spot where the visual contrast between them is peak cinematic gold. The golden boy of the university is officially claimed by the quietest and most mysterious girl in school. He asks what she really feels about him beyond the fiction and the research data. The predator is finally showing his sincere side, bypassing all her logical defenses with a single gaze. Sujong's robot brain is emitting actual smoke from the sheer emotional overload of his proximity. She realized her solitary fortress has been completely occupied by this persistent and handsome man. The sun sets, casting a romantic glow over their high-tension encounter near the school garden. Sung-yoon looks like a literal god of romance designed to ruin her peaceful loner life forever. Sujong finally admits to herself that this real-life experiment has gone way beyond her control. Her single status is being deleted in real time as she stares into the eyes of her hunter. Sujong is officially living a nightmare after the latest romantic encounter. Her robot brain is currently stuck in an infinite reboot loop as she tries to process her new status as the legend's partner. Her antisocial spirit is practically screaming for a system restore. Monday morning at the university brings a 10.0 magnitude gossip earthquake. Sujong tries to activate her invisible ghost mode, but every student on campus is now a professional spy tracking her every move. The rumor firewall has been completely breached. Sung-yoon makes a grand entrance, radiating enough main character energy to power the entire city. He spots his little flustered intro cat and heads straight for her like a high-precision guided missile. Sujong's internal system reports a critical 404 logic error. Inside the classroom, Sung-yoon delivers a lethal visual nuke just by sitting next to her. He looks like a 4K visual masterpiece designed to destroy Sujong's focus and her remaining logical defenses. Even the air around them feels high voltage. They find a secret corner for a private data exchange during the break. Sung-yoon asks about the progress of her romance novel, but he is clearly more interested in her high-definition blushing face. The predator is enjoying his prize a bit too much. Sujong's robot brain is emitting actual smoke as she realizes she cannot hide her feelings anymore. Her antisocial code is being rewritten by the persistent and handsome hacker standing right in front of her. Solitude is officially no longer an option. Lunchtime becomes a trial by fire under the gaze of the entire student body. Sujong wants to vanish, but Sung-yoon keeps her grounded with his overwhelming charisma. Her peaceful ghost mode life is officially archived and deleted forever. Sung-yoon engages human shield mode to protect his quiet kitten from the whispering crowds. For a split second, Sujong's system reports a warm feeling that her code cannot explain. She realized her lonely world is getting a bit too crowded for comfort. High-tension alert in the library hallway as the distance between them hits 0. Sujong's system reports a critical malfunction as Sung-yoon leans in close. The distance between their two very different worlds is officially shrinking to a scandalous level. On the rooftop, the visual contrast between the two is peak cinematic gold. Sung-yoon asks what do Sujong really wants, beyond the research and the book. The predator is demanding the truth from her robotic heart. Sujong's face is so red it could stop traffic. She realized that the real-life intensity of this man is a billion times more effective than any romance novel she has ever written. Reality is officially winning the battle against her fiction. Sung-yoon notes her short-circuiting and smirks with pure confidence. He is leading the tempo of this relationship like a pro, while Sujong is just a total noob trying to stay conscious. The heartbeat synchronization reaches a record high as they share a quiet moment. Sujong's system reports a warm-blooded bug that her logic simply cannot patch away. She is officially falling for the campus legend. Sung-yoon hits her with one last visual attack, showing a gaze so sincere it bypasses all her remaining firewalls. Sujong realized she has enough data to write 10 books, but zero courage to actually face his feelings. The hunter has won. Cha Sung-yoon starts with a pro-gamer mindset where dating is just a game on easy mode. He enjoys the thrill of the chase because he thinks he can start or stop whenever he wants. But little does he know his heart is about to hit a massive system update. Meanwhile, our intro cat Sujong is deep in her creative bunker. She thinks she is a genius for using Sung-yoon's real-life flirting lines for her romance novel dialogue. She's basically using the campus legend as a free content generator for 4 hours straight. Sujong is impressed by her own work, calling her new chapter provocative and good. She consults her digital bestie ChatGPT for an in-depth psychological analysis of Sung-yoon. The AI suggests a disguised interview to probe his inner self by getting a little closer. The plan is simple: stop drawing lines and start acting more sincere to gather better data. Sujong realizes that relationships are hard, but for the sake of her novel, she is ready to execute a full system infiltration. The predator is unknowingly becoming the prey. Interaction alert. Sujong approaches Sung-yoon with her new calculated sincerity strategy. Sung-yoon is confused by her sudden change in attitude, wondering if his easy mode game just suddenly shifted to a hidden boss level. Minji gives Sung-yoon some high-level advice about building trust. If he gets too impatient and approaches rashly, the intro cat will just run away forever. Sung-yoon takes the info and prepares his next tactical move. Sujong's internal conflict reaches peak levels as she tries to act natural while holding hands. She wonders if she looks too suspicious, but she decides that acting stiff might actually make her look even more sincere to him. The dream sequence strikes again. Sujong dreams about real-life events, realizing she cannot stand the wait anymore. She questions why she is dreaming about things that happened exactly as they did in reality. Her subconscious is clearly under attack. Sung-yoon finds her and teases her about being an anxious cat. Sujong denies it instantly, but her robot brain is reporting too much time spent on her hands thinking about him. The all-nighter focus is finally starting to take its toll. Sujong is exhausted but satisfied with the spicy details she added to her observation journal. She notes that Sung-yoon pretends to be naturally considerate, acting as if she is the only exception in his world. Her robot logic is analyzing every move. Internship and school life are becoming a massive bore compared to her fictional world. Sujong realized that the real Cha Sung-yoon is a much better source of inspiration than any AI recommendation. Her greedy side for more data is taking over. Sung-yoon feels his own heart pounding, and it is definitely not a glitch in his easy mode settings. He is confused by his own reaction as Sujong admits she wanted to date him just to see his expression. The tables are officially turning. Sujong executes her plan, a sincere-sounding lie to start over from the beginning. She uses her natural trembling and awkwardness to her advantage, making her look even more vulnerable and honest. Sung-yoon is totally falling for the calculated bait. Sung-yoon is speechless, wondering if she was always the type to say such bold things. He is starting to get nervous in front of her, exactly as Sujong intended. The social legend is finally losing his cool to a loner robot. Sujong tells him straight to his face that he should be nervous because of her too. She realizes that she was always the type to do what she wanted, and right now, she wants him to react. The predator has been successfully hacked. The tension reaches a record high as the proximity drops to 0. Sujong's logic reports a total system meltdown, but her heart has never felt more alive. She is no longer just observing, she is finally participating in the experience. Sung-yoon's smile isn't just an act anymore. He admits his heart is pounding because of her, making Sujong's robot brain emit actual smoke. They both realize that this game has officially moved to legendary hard mode. A visual attack that leaves both our heroes breathless. Sung-yoon has successfully trapped the intro cat, but Sujong has also captured the legend in her own web of calculated sincerity. Sung-yoon is caught in a rare moment of deep introspection where his conscience starts to prickle. He reflects on how someone as gentle and upright as Sujong should be surrounded by people who share her purity, not someone like him. Despite these internal warnings, his predator curiosity is way too strong to let her go. He finds himself unable to stay away, watching her every move as he tries to decode the mystery of the robot girl. Sung-yoon spots her interacting with a man from an old group project and immediately begins questioning the nature of their past connection. His internal system is recording new levels of territory marking instinct. Externally, our campus legend remains composed and confident, thinking there is little to worry about unless she is on a blind date. He maintains a firm certainty that regardless of others, Sujong will eventually find her way back to him. Meanwhile, Sujong is dealing with the low-voltage frustrations of university life. The dormitory study room hours are suddenly restricted, and her solitary haven is being threatened by new regulations. She seeks out her senior Ji Yoo-jun, the dorm assistant, to understand why the 24/7 access is being curtailed. Sujong needs a logical explanation for why her research bunker is being closed off. Yoo-jun explains that the change was caused by complaints about loud students late at night. However, he quickly offers a specialized workaround to help Sujong keep her academic pursuit on track. He suggests she apply for a designated seat, which would grant her a level of legitimacy and allow her to keep her belongings there permanently. This is an inside privilege that normal students don't even know about yet. Yoo-jun goes a step further by encouraging her to use his personal recommendation to ensure a smooth application. For a moment, Sujong's robot heart records a data point of genuine human kindness. The conversation shifts to a paranormal tone when Sujong asks about the persistent rumors on the school app. She wants to know if it is true that actual ghosts haunt the study room during the late-night hours. Yoo-jun is caught off guard by her sudden shift from academic concerns to paranormal fears. He pauses to assess her sincerity, realizing that our logic-driven girl is actually terrified of real spirits. Sujong admits she is fine with artificial scares in haunted houses but genuinely fears the real thing. Yoo-jun finds her fear amusing but reassures her that he hasn't seen a single ghost in 2 years. He clarifies that the rumors are likely a strategic fabrication to lower dorm application rates and reduce crowding. He half-jokingly promises to take full responsibility if a spirit ever actually appears. With peace of mind restored, Sujong finalizes her designated seat application. The staff member is impressed by her inside information, as the system hasn't even been officially promoted to the public yet. When Sujong mentions Ji Yoo-jun's recommendation, the staff comments on their apparent closeness. This remark causes Sejong to reflect on Yoojun's character, noting how incredibly kind he has been to her. After securing her prime spot, Sejong sends a grateful text to Yoojun, feeling a sense of debt for his constant support. She offers to repay the favor, but her senior has a much simpler request in mind. Yoojun tells her to save her money and just share any good news in the future, like a victory in her writing contest. Sejong begins to classify the different types of people in her complicated world. She contrasts those who bring a sense of calm to her heart, like Yoojun, with those who send her emotions on a dizzying roller coaster ride. Sung-yoon is clearly the conductor of the chaotic rhythm. Late into the night, Sejong struggles with her writing, realizing there are no clear answers for art or relationships. She suddenly realizes she is not alone and is startled to find Sung-yoon sitting nearby. She is confused because Sung-yoon isn't the type to wait around without a reason. She expects his signature playful smile, but instead, he maintains a strange and serious expression she doesn't recognize. Sejong immediately puts on a defensive act, accusing him of waiting just to get a dopamine rush by leading her on. Sung-yoon counters this by explaining he didn't want to disturb her deep focus. Sung-yoon dismisses her cheap coffee and insists they leave the study room immediately to find a better meal. The tension hits a record high as he takes the lead, steering their complex music toward a new, intense note. We kick off the drama with Cha Sung-hyun acting like a total snob by mocking Do Sejong's choice of cheap canned coffee. Even though he offers to take her out for a fancy meal to save her from her poor taste, she stubbornly clings to her blue can, claiming it is her absolute favorite drink. The story pulls a fast one and rewinds to the university dorms a few hours earlier where Sejong is visibly freaking out. She is seen consulting her senior, Ji Yoojun, desperately trying to confirm if the rumors about ghosts haunting the study room at night are actually legit. Yoojun completely ignores her ghost fears and focuses on her struggling contest preparations instead. He notes that she is stuck in a miserable cycle of progress and writer's block, advising her that she needs a hobby to refresh her fried brain. When Yoojun suggests hardcore exercise like weight training or swimming to build stamina, Sejong sarcastically asks if simply lying down counts as a hobby. She is genuinely shocked to find out this pretty boy senior actually grinds at the gym just to survive his busy schedule. Sejong admits she has a weird aversion to getting in the water for a reason she cannot quite recall. Sensing her total exhaustion, Yoojun kindly hopes she finds a person or a place where she can truly catch her breath and find some comfort. Back in the present, Sejong and Sung-hyun are sitting outside drinking convenience store beer because she refuses to feel indebted to him for an expensive meal. They both pretend they aren't hungry at all, though they are clearly just going along with each other to keep the night going. Sejong notices that Sung-hyun can be surprisingly polite at random moments, which honestly just makes her feel burdened by his kindness. She decides to turn this into a covert psychological interview to gather character details for her story about people who avoid serious relationships. As they drink their beer on campus, Sung-hyun teases Sejong for having a delinquent side he never noticed before. Sejong tries to stay cool while they toast, but internally she is preparing to enter a full interrogation mode to get the info she needs. Sejong takes the plunge and asks if he ever talks about serious things, but the question comes out way more awkward than she intended. Sung-hyun catches onto the shift in the air immediately and asks if she really views him as someone who only ever jokes around. Sung-hyun admits he is a total dopamine addict who finds being serious all the time to be completely unenjoyable. He calls out her test, causing her to panic and claim that his charm lies entirely in his lack of seriousness. The tension shifts when Sung-hyun claims he is starting to feel drunk and suddenly grabs Sejong's hand to steady himself. Sejong forces herself into a rationality mode, deciding not to pull away just so she can finish her character study. Sung-hyun turns the tables by asking about her story and playfully suggests that he should be the lead character. He reasons that it would force her to think about him constantly while she works, which is a total power move. Sejong becomes incredibly flustered by his suggestion, wondering if he is onto her motives or just being his usual flirtatious self. She calls him weird, but she is struck by the realization that if he were her subject, he would indeed occupy her thoughts at all times. Sung-hyun suddenly warns her not to step back too far because she is near a dangerous ledge. Soo-jong is too caught up in her frustration over his unpredictable personality to listen to his warnings. As she rants about how he shouldn't switch between being playful and serious, she loses her balance and begins to fall backwards. Sung-hyun reacts with lightning speed, reaching out and telling her to grab his hand before she gets hurt. Despite the danger, Soo-jong is filled with deep resentment because she hates the idea of feeling grateful to him. She feels like she is being manipulated for his entertainment and worries that he doesn't really care what happens to her. With a dramatic splash as she plunges into the dark water below, leaving the outcome of the fall completely unknown. Her professional research plan has now collapsed into a literal and metaphorical plunge into the unknown. We open with a heavy psychological realization: the human brain buries painful memories deep within the subconscious just to help us survive. For Do Soo-jong, the wall is finally crumbling, and she realizes her lifelong aversion to water wasn't just a quirk, but a repressed trauma from her past. This explains why she never once dipped her feet in the ocean despite attending a seaside school, simply because she was never suited for the water. But more importantly, she understands that this deep-seated fear is the real reason she has always been so reluctant to express her true feelings to the world. As she sinks into the dark depths, her mind blurs memory with reality, making her wonder if she really fell back then or if she's just reliving a nightmare. Just when she thinks no one is coming, Cha Sung-hyun dives into the water, realizing his reckless joke has finally gone way too far. He pulls her back to safety as she cries out for her mother in a state of absolute panic, leaving him regretful for being so unpredictable. Despite the freezing cold, Soo-jong is struck by a confusing and unexpected sensation of warmth while being held tightly in his arms. Once they are back on land, her panic quickly turns into sharp embarrassment, and she aggressively demands that he move away immediately. Sung-hyun points out the absolute irony of her anger, reminding her that she was the one clinging to his neck like a lifeline just moments ago. For a brief second, Sung-hyun finds his own body refusing to cooperate, paralyzed by the intensity of the connection they just shared. He realizes he actually wants to keep looking at her, captivated by this completely flustered version of Do Soo-jong who has lost all composure. To him, this vulnerable side of her feels like a precious secret that she has only revealed to him and no one else in the entire world. However, his playfulness vanishes when he sees her shivering, and he insists she take his jacket before she catches a cold. Soo-jong remains cynical, accusing him of being a selfish person who has only ever thought about himself and his own interests. Even as she tries to refuse, Sung-hyun pleads with such sincere desperation that she finds it impossible to turn him down again. Internally, she worries this is just another calculated trick, much like the time he used her AirPods as an excuse to contact her. As she begins her walk back to the dormitory, she commands her brain not to be swayed and to stay focused on her own hidden agenda. Activating her acting mode, she turns back one last time to offer a soft, sincere thank you, leaving a visibly stunned Sung-hyun standing alone in the dark. Soo-jong is making a dramatic getaway, but there is a major problem: she is holding Sung-hyun's jacket like it is a toxic hazard. She looks completely disgusted at the very thought of touching his clothes while she stomps away into the darkness. Sung-hyun is left standing there like a confused main lead, thinking about what a massive headache this whole interaction has become. But his internal grumbling is cut short when he spots something abandoned on the pavement. He picks up a notebook, possibly her latest novel draft, and immediately puts two and two together. Now he is stuck in a moral dilemma, debating if he should actually do the right thing and return it to her. Meanwhile, Soo-jong is back at her desk, desperately trying to scrub her brain of useless thoughts about her rescuer. She is on a mission to document every bit of material she gathered before the details vanish from her memory. Even though she is safe on land, her mind keeps drifting back to that detestable moment in the water. She forces herself to snap out of it, acting like her pride is still intact despite the literal plunge she just took. She tries to convince herself that the warmth she felt in his arms was just a fluke. She commands her brain to focus on the writing and ignore the fact that her heart is still doing flips. Crisis mode is officially activated. Soo-jong realizes her precious idea notebook is nowhere to be found. She starts a frantic, high-speed search through her bags, likely regretting every life decision that led to this night. After a near-total meltdown, she finally spots the notebook. She convinces herself it just fell out while she was running earlier, having absolutely no clue that Sung Hyun was the one who saw it first. The universe decides to punish her for being cynical with a massive achoo. The physical reality of falling into freezing water is setting in, and she realizes she needs some serious meds before she gets bedridden. While hunting for medicine, she runs into senior Ji Yoo-jun, who is currently on dormitory patrol duty. He takes one look at her sniffing and realizes she is a total disaster, asking if she is working late again. Being the ultimate green flag senior, Yoo-jun pulls out a fancy herbal tonic. Soo-jung is taken aback by the expensive-looking packaging, but he insists it is the best thing for restoring her energy. We find out that Yoo-jun's family actually runs a pharmacy, which explains why he is so mature and has high-end medical supplies on hand. Soo-jung is deeply touched by this genuine kindness and vows to repay him. Back in her room, she finally admits that wearing that jacket was actually a smart move. Then a weird feeling of guilt hits her. Did that jerk have to walk home in the cold without a jacket because of her? She quickly tries to bury the guilt, telling herself it is just because he saved her, which was totally out of character for him anyway. She decides to just hide under her covers and get back to work. But the night gets weird when she checks the school forum where students are arguing about the dorm study room ghost. Half of them think it is a real spirit, while the other half claim it is just a rumor to keep the room empty. Logic goes out the window when she hears a ticking clock. The problem? The clock in this room is digital. Suddenly, Soo-jung feels a literal, cold energy physically hug her while she is all alone. Terrified, she sprints out and literally crashes into Yoo-jun again. She is so panicked that she drops all formalities and starts babbling about how the ghost rumors are 100% true. Yoo-jun is skeptical, suggesting her brain is just fried from overworking and cognitive distortion. But then she realizes her laptop is still in the haunted room and she has no choice but to go back. Yoo-jun agrees to escort her during his patrol, but the creepy ticking sound returns to haunt her. He still doesn't hear a thing, making Soo-jung feel like she is slowly losing her mind. We jump straight into the tension as senior Ji Yoo-jun tries to speedrun his nightly patrol. He's practically begging Soo-jung to just grab her laptop and go so he can finish his shift, but she's frozen in place like a statue. Soo-jung tries to act all independent, claiming she doesn't need his help, but her eyes say otherwise. To prove she's just being paranoid, Yoo-jun swings the study room door open with zero hesitation, insisting that creepy noise is definitely just a clock. Despite the logical explanation, the atmosphere is heavy enough to crush a cow. Soo-jung is so overwhelmed by the sheer creepiness that she has to physically clamp her hand over her mouth to stop a dorm-waking scream from escaping. Even the rational Yoo-jun is taken aback when he realizes the room actually feels a bit off. Soo-jung immediately hits him with a "I told you so," reminding him that he promised to take full responsibility if a ghost actually popped up. Desperate times call for digital measures. Soo-jung breaks out her phone and starts blasting a top 100 hymns collection at max volume, hoping a high-speed Christian remix will scare away whatever is lurking in the shadows. Yoo-jun is standing there wondering if a digital exorcism even works on modern ghosts. Soo-jung, however, isn't taking any chances, arguing that cowards like her need every spiritual tool available to survive the night. Things get randomly awkward when Yoo-jun wonders aloud what taking responsibility for her safety would actually look like. They both realize the conversation is getting a bit too K-drama and quickly pivot back to the ghost hunting. Yoo-jun drops some pseudoscience, claiming that only prickly and sensitive people see ghosts. Soo-jung vehemently denies being either of those things, even though she's currently reciting mantras like her life depends on it. Soo-jung starts to wonder if she's only seeing things because her brain is fried from exhaustion. She tries to reclaim some dignity, insisting she isn't actually that prickly, but the damage to her cool girl reputation is already done. Before they part ways, Soo-jung pulls out a vitamin C drink. It's a tiny, citrusy peace offering to repay him for the expensive herbal medicine he gave her earlier, proving she's not a total debt dodger. She bids him a shaky goodnight, revealing her final defense plan, falling asleep to a Heart Sutra remix. Left alone in the hallway, Yoo-jun takes a sip and realizes the drink is unexpectedly sweet, just like the fact that helping her wasn't actually that annoying. Meanwhile, karma has officially arrived for our male lead. Cha Sung-hyun is currently dying in bed with a 38.1-degree fever and a cough that sounds like a broken engine. Turns out, giving away your jacket in a storm isn't great for your health. Huddled under his blankets, he starts questioning his own sanity. Was he always the type of guy to risk pneumonia for a girl who clearly hates his guts? He's basically having an existential crisis while his brain slow cooks. Soo-jong texts him to see if he's dying, and he immediately activates tough guy mode. He lies through his teeth, claiming he's perfectly fine and healthy despite the fact that he can barely see straight. Sung-hyun discovers a note Soo-jong left with the security guard, asking a single, piercing question: what kind of person is Cha Sung-hyun? It's proof that she's still dissecting his soul for her novel. Sung-hyun is currently huddling under his blankets, his feverish brain working overtime as he wonders if Soo-jong is actually building a whole novel around him. He flashes back to his earlier joke about wanting to be her lead, realizing that her bizarrely serious interrogation style that night starts to make way too much sense. Despite being a total mess with a temperature of 38.1, he admits to himself that her intense observation habit is actually her most charming trait. He notes with a mix of annoyance that she is still refusing to wear his jacket, proving her stubbornness is just as legendary as his rising fever. While he mopes around the house staring out the window, even his dog and the neighborhood cat seem to be questioning his life choices. In his delirious state, he starts imagining the cat is mocking him, asking if he really thinks she will ever come back just because she likes him. Everything changes when a text from Soo-jong hits his phone, and she admits she has been worried about him the entire time. The dizziness suddenly fades as his heart starts doing literal backflips, giving him the false hope that their feelings are finally in sync. The victory lap is cut short when Soo-jong pulls a sudden cold reset and ghosts him entirely only a few days after their emotional exchange. The intensity they shared after the storm turns out to be nothing more than a temporary fever dream, leaving the relationship back in a state of total confusion and distance. Psychology class is officially in session, and today's lecture is dropping massive truth bombs about unresolved emotions being the messy remnants of feelings that never got to fully bloom. It turns out our brains are instinctually hardwired to seek closure for relationships that got cut off right before they even started. These suppressed desires don't just stay quiet, they love to hijack the unconscious mind and resurface in dreams, especially when there is a specific emotional trigger to kickstart the memory. Soo-jong is currently living this psychological nightmare as her mind keeps replaying that high-stakes water incident frame by frame. Despite her vow to never feel anything for Cha Sung-hyun, her unconscious mind is busy bringing those buried feelings back to life in their most honest form. She wakes up in her dorm absolutely fuming, cursing her own brain for being such a traitor. It has been a non-stop highlight reel of that day in the water, and her frustration is hitting an all-time high. Suddenly, her recent lecture clicks, and she realizes she is the textbook definition of unresolved emotion. Panicking, she activates an emergency measure to avoid meeting Sung-hyun in person for at least a week to clear the confusion while she focuses on her busy schedule. Meanwhile, the male lead is busy doing his nightly routine, brushing his teeth while his brain is clearly light years away. He is acting way more contemplative than a typical dopamine addict should be. Sung-hyun is caught red-handed browsing Soo-jong's social media, only to find a total digital desert with absolutely no posts. He even makes a mental note to stage a photoshoot the next time they meet just to give her something to post. Out at a gathering with friends, he is a total buzzkill, distracted by the memory of the spark they shared during the rescue. He is fully convinced that Soo-jong felt that same electric connection in the water. Driven by his growing interest, he ditches the drinking party early like it's a chore. He is so hooked he can't even wait, immediately messaging Soo-jong to ask if he can call her right now. Soo-jong eventually picks up the call, but her attitude is as stiff as a board. She tries to hide her internal chaos behind the classic excuse of being swamped with group project assignments. Sung-hyun doesn't buy it for a second, teasing her about her sudden willingness to do group work when he knows she usually hates those classes. He is literally tracking her likes and dislikes like an emotional pro. He notices her hesitation and the distinct sound of her pounding heart through the phone. He starts to wonder if she is about to drop a massive bombshell revelation that might actually change everything. When she finally admits she cannot meet him on Wednesday because of her mounting assignments, he actually feels a wave of relief from his underlying anxiety. He playfully asks if she was worried he was going to ask her out, knowing she hates rushing things. Sujong turns to her digital assistant, ChatGPT, which drops a major warning. The AI tells her that types like Sung-hyun hate taking responsibility in relationships and warns her not to burden him with real expectations. After they hang up, Sung-hyun is stuck in moping mode, reflecting on his past bluntness. He starts to feel a sense of regret, wondering if he pushed her away by being too honest about avoiding serious commitments. Just as he is spiraling, a goodnight text from Sujong hits his phone accompanied by a heart emoji. This small gesture has him grinning and wondering how much cuter she would be if they were actually dating. He wonders if she would act differently toward a real boyfriend, and the thought of an open, cute Sujong has his head spinning more than any drink ever could. 2 days later, the victory lap turns into a total frustration fest. Sujong hasn't read his messages for nearly 48 hours, and he is losing his mind wondering if she is intentionally playing hard to get. While hanging out shirtless at the surfing club, his friend notices his desperate waiting and asks if he found a new girlfriend. He reluctantly admits he is waiting for Do Sujong, the girl he finds cute. Then comes the atomic-level plot twist. The friend reveals that Sujong was actually set up on a blind date while Sung-hyun was away on his boat trip for 4 months. And the lucky date? It was none other than the green flag senior, Ji Yoo-jun. Sung-hyun is absolutely floored by the news, realizing that Sujong and Yoo-jun were seen together frequently at the dorms. The image of them dating while he was gone has him looking more stunned than a fish out of water. He realizes that while he thought he was the one making moves, Sujong has an entirely separate game of emotional chess in progress with Yoo-jun. Sung-hyun is now the one being kept on the hook, and he has zero idea whose move it really is. We jump right into the action with Cha Sung-hyun acting like a total peacock, bragging to his friends about a girl who is remarkably slow at replying to his texts. Instead of being annoyed, he finds her. He casually admits to the squad that he accidentally caught a glimpse of her private notebook. To his absolute delight, he discovered she has been writing down personal thoughts about him, which gives his already massive ego a literal rocket boost. His friends aren't letting him off easy and jokingly call him a complete scoundrel for invading her privacy like that. However, they can't help but suggest that she probably has a massive crush on him but is just struggling to hide her true feelings. Sung-hyun takes a moment to reflect on his life as a girl magnet, constantly bombarded with messages from random girls. For him, the typical romantic pursuit has become a dull and unexciting routine that he can do in his sleep. But Sujong is different. He finds himself genuinely moved by the fact that someone as guarded as her, someone who never lets anyone in, actually has him living rent-free in her mind. His self-assurance, which was already through the roof, reaches a historic all-time peak today. He is now fully convinced that he occupies a very special, exclusive place in her heart. However, that smug confidence is suddenly rattled by a nagging suspicion. A dark thought creeps in, making him wonder if he is actually the one being played and strung along by her instead. He starts feeling a wave of frustration, questioning if she lied about being swamped with assignments just so she could ditch him and spend time hanging out with another man. Just as he is spiraling into a pit of bitterness, fate pulls a fast one. Sujong unexpectedly appears at his club room, looking a bit disheveled but ready to return the clothes she borrowed from him. Despite the super awkward timing, Sung-hyun realizes he is actually thrilled to see her. He starts questioning his own sanity, wondering if he is losing his mind for feeling this much relief just by seeing her face. He notes that she is acting surprisingly bold today. She literally snuck into a staff-only restricted area just to track him down and give him back his jacket, which is a level of effort he didn't expect. Sujong drops a total bombshell of a lie, claiming she didn't call or text back because she lost her phone. She paints a tragic picture of spending the entire day wandering around alone searching for it. Sung Hyun is basically a human lie detector and detects the BS immediately. He knows she is lying through her teeth because his reliable source already reported seeing her chilling at a cafe earlier that day. Instead of calling her out and ruining the mood, he chooses to be playful. He warns her not to fall over, as she dramatically claims her legs are weak from all that fake walking. He even calculates her wobble using F equals ma in his head. He decides that anger is a waste of time. He plans to simply pretend he is a total fool who doesn't know she is lying, resolving to treat her even better just to see what her next move will be. He takes the chance to invite her to a movie next week, testing the waters. Her reaction catches him completely off guard because, for once, she doesn't get flustered or try to run away like usual. To his absolute shock, Sujong leans hard into a new, affectionate persona. She looks him in the eyes and admits she missed him, a calculated move she is using to ensure he doesn't suspect her earlier avoidance. Internally, Sujong is sweating bullets and worrying that her acting mode isn't convincing him at all. She is doubling down on the sweetness to hide her tracks, praying he doesn't see the panic behind her eyes. The tension in the room is thicker than a novel as they stare each other down, both players believing they are successfully bluffing the other in this high-stakes emotional poker game. Just as things are getting too intense to handle, they try to leave, but the universe has other plans. They realize with a shock that the door has been locked tight from the outside by someone else. They are officially trapped in the room together with no way out. The literal locked door is forcing both of them to stop playing their hands and finally face the reality of their messy situation. With the exit blocked, the acting mode and the bluffs have to come to a screeching halt. It is about to get real, raw, and potentially very awkward as they are forced to spend the night side by side. The duo realizes they have been officially locked inside the room because the incompetent person on duty failed to check for remaining occupants before clocking out. It is the perfect setup for a disaster or a spicy romance. Things get even more complicated as they find themselves in a difficult situation where both of their mobile phone batteries are dead, cutting off any chance of calling for help. Talk about a double kill of bad luck. To stay efficient in the darkness, they decide to search for a backdoor key and a light source. Sujong plays the lone wolf, insisting on searching the left side of the pitch-black room all by herself. Sung Hyun senses her persistent distance and suspicion, so he finally drops the question, what must he do to finally earn her trust? He is tired of her acting like he is some kind of contagious virus. Sujong remains as cynical as ever, telling him that trust isn't free. She might consider it if he stopped lying and started being completely honest for once in his life. They continue their search in the suffocating silence, each lost in their own thoughts while the shadows keep closing in. The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Every sound in the room makes Sujong jump, but she tries to maintain her cool exterior to show Sung Hyun that she is not easily shaken by a little darkness. While fumbling around the clutter, Sujong finally finds a way to light up the room, but the flame flares up much stronger than she anticipated. She accidentally created a mini inferno. The sudden fire acts like a psychological trigger, sending Sung Hyun into a severe panic attack. He freezes instantly, looking like he just saw a ghost from his deepest nightmares. His mind is completely overwhelmed by a rush of traumatic, buried thoughts that he has worked so hard to hide. The dopamine-addicted player has completely disappeared, leaving only a terrified man. Internalizing his fear, Sung Hyun's survival mantra starts replaying in his head, he is always alone and must never give his heart away to avoid getting hurt. This guy's trauma is deeper than the ocean. Sujong manages to extinguish the fire just in time and suddenly realizes that his previous boredom during the fireworks was actually a mask for his deep-seated fear of fire. The puzzle pieces are finally fitting. She finds him gasping for air in a state of pure vulnerability, showing her a side of his personality that he has never revealed to anyone else in the world. It is a raw, unscripted moment. Visibly shaken and deeply embarrassed by his weakness, Sung-hyun calls his own reaction pathetic. He tells Sejong to back off while he tries to fix his broken mask. Sejong doesn't listen to his stay-away request. Remembering how he comforted her during her water crisis, she decides to step up and gently pat and rub his back to steady him. She speaks softly, acting as his anchor, and assures him that the fire is gone. She reminds him that everyone, even a cool guy like him, has moments where they fall apart. As his breathing begins to return to normal, Sejong starts to doubt herself, wondering if her rhythmic rubbing is actually the correct way to provide comfort or if she is just making it weirder. Once he recovers, Sung-hyun's playful nature comes back at full speed. He jokingly asks why she didn't just hug him like he did for her back then at the seaside. He uses his lingering fear as an excuse to pull her into a sudden embrace. Sejong sees right through the lie, but she can't stop her heart from racing at 200 miles per hour. Sejong struggles with the feeling, realizing that the warmth of his arms is a dangerous illusion she has already experienced once and promised to avoid. She confronts him about the fireworks show, asking why he stayed if he hated fire so much. He finally gives her a rare bit of honesty: it was because he wanted to be with her.